Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Jethro, and we are about to witness an epic game of Starcraft 2, because on the right side of the map we have none other than EG.Huk, and on the left side of the map we have RGN.Kiwikaki. Now, this is PvP, and we are on Shattered Temple, so let's talk a little bit about what that means. Now, in PvP you of course always have the 4 gate, which you have to worry about. But Shattered Temple features a very small choke into the main base, which means you can block it with a single force field, and that is pivotal, because that means you can deny 4 gates for almost indefinitely. And this is key to holding off the 4 gate. You can just sit there and force field over and over, and you don't have to 4 gate in order to survive a 4 gate. Because of that fact, I don't think we'll see either of these players 4 gate today, although, like I said, always a possibility. This is PvP. PvP is very volatile. Some people like to even call it coin flippy. You know, who knows. Now, we have them both playing standard right now. We can see in the production tab, completely even. Huk maybe a second ahead. That's not a big deal right now. Kiwikaki scouting first, going to the close position where he is not going to find Huk. And Huk sending his scout out now. Let's see where he scouts. I would imagine the close position. No. This is interesting. He is going to the cross position first, which is very fortunate for him because he's going to get the first scout and he's going to immediately find Kiwikaki. And we see both players throwing down, or just one throwing down gas. I suspect Kiwikaki's gas will come. There it is. Both players still remaining even. Second pylon from Huk. Huk getting the first scout, like I said. I'm sure Huk will do some nice mineral harassment because he is Huk and that's what he likes to do. There you see it. He's denying probes from mining from that mineral patch for just a second, and they're on that one trying to... There, you can see that probe went to the other mineral patch because Huk's was on this one. That's called mineral harass, and it's a nice way to just mess with the other person's probe line. You have Huk throwing down the cybernetics core a few seconds before Kiwikaki, as I imagine. Yep, there's his is. Huk saving a decent amount of chrono boost, a little bit more than Kiwikaki. Kiwikaki opting to chrono boost probes and subsequently having a higher probe count by just a bit. He's ahead by about a probe, which can be significant at this point in the game. Now we see both players getting zealots. Hux again is a little bit ahead. He's going to queue it straight to that probe and try and deny this harass. Simultaneously, Kiwikaki also trying to deny this harass, which Huk is doing a very good job of this harassment. See, oh, is he going to get that probe? That would, or no, that's his, oh, he does get a probe. That is a big deal. One worker killed by Huk. That evens up the probe count and essentially nullifies the fact that Kiwikaki was chrono boosting probes more than Huk in the beginning. Now we have Huk's zealot chasing Kiwikaki's probe across the map. He wants to make sure he does not plant down any proxy pylons. Same story going on over here, making sure to deny proxy pylons. Huk being a little bit sneaky though, cutting back towards this base where he will likely hide. Kiwikaki doing the same thing. Stalker out for both players. Kiwikaki again ahead in probes by just a tiny bit because of chrono boost. We have a 1 gate into a 3 gate robo by Liquid Huk. That being that he builds the robo before these 2 additional gates. And we have 3 gates from Kiwikaki. No other tech yet. I suspect it will be a robo as well. It should be interesting to see what Huk does with this. Oh, there it is, the Twilight Council. This means that Huk is going to go Blink Stalkers with an Observer for vision. He's going to be aggressive pretty quickly. Some skirmishes going on in the middle. Kiwikaki denying Huk's units. However, Huk did manage to get a proxy pylon up on this high ground, which is convenient because you can warp in right down here, and that is in close proximity to Kiwikaki's base. You see Kiwikaki's stalker going now to search for proxy pylons. Not sure if he's going to find that one. It is pretty well hidden, although he is sending it up this way. He found the probe. Probe goes down. He's satisfied. He's not going to look for that pylon. It will live. Meanwhile, Huk's observer making its way over to Kiwikaki's base. We see that Kiwikaki has a robo on the way, but it is well behind Huk's. Now what could be interesting here is Kiwikaki's likely going to get an observer as soon as this robo finishes. and at that point, Huck's observer will already be in Kiwikaki's base. So it's possible, yep, there's that observer. An observer might spawn and immediately detect Huck's observer, which is key to Huck's strategy. If Huck loses that observer, he's not able to see the high ground, he's not able to blink into the high ground, and Huck's strategy is essentially voided. You can see Huck moving out with only a few Stalkers and some Zealots. I guarantee you, as soon as he does his next warp in, it will be Stalkers. Here we go, Stalkers, because he wants to make use of that blink, which is just about to finish up. Oh, Kiwikaki getting a mortal, that is brilliant. That will counter Huck's blink Stalkers directly. Oh, Huck almost losing the observer. That would have been horrible for Huck, but Kiwikaki not quite able to get it. Now you see proxy pylons going down. Huck wants this push to be successful. He wants to use his blink micro to overwhelm Kiwikaki. Whoever's observer dies first is key here. Kiwikaki's observer goes down. Huck's observer is safe, so he will remain on the advantage in the sense of vision. Some nice blink micro, trying to get away from these Zealots, making these force fields pointless. Oh, this force field is key. The Immortal's trapped on the high ground. It can't engage the Stalkers. With this Immortal down here, these Stalkers will be void. Another beautiful force field, trapping that Immortal. You see, with the blink micro, and now the increased Zealot count, Kiwikaki is getting battered down extremely quickly here. I don't know if Kiwikaki can hold this. His one hope is this Immortal. Without this Immortal, he'd be screwed, and now he's screwed anyways. That Immortal's gonna die. Probes being pulled. Gateway finishes too late. There it is, the GG from Kiwikaki. EG.Huk is victorious with a nice, quick, and clean victory.